it's Vanessa filming for Carolyn's Musings on YouTube and Etsy and One Way Journals on Facebook. So this past week, I was so excited to share on the Facebook group, One Way Journals, that I received the most exciting happy mail. So the first one was about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, was this beautiful folio from Kathy Nason. Thank you, beautiful friend. I was so excited. She knows my name means butterfly and sent me this folio. This folio is made, created by Sweet Vintage Prints, and in it, it flips open and has like a window pocket here and pockets with so much butterfly ephemera. It was so exciting. Thank you so much. And this is what we're going to be making today. So I'm going to come back to that in just a sec. And then the other amazing one was from Jean. Bless you, beautiful friend who continually prays for us, and I pray for her too. She sent me the most exciting package. And so with Thanksgiving coming up, she knew I couldn't, we've already tried them. Oh my gosh, they're so yummy. So pumpkin spice tea, which tastes a lot like chai tea, hot apple cider. Jean, my husband Mark, absolutely loves this one, and hibiscus cranberry. This one, we added a bit of sugar to it, but my son, who's down from Broome, the top of Australia, he's living up there for a year with his wife. They've got great jobs up there. He loves fruity type of tea, so they've just come down for a wedding, and so he liked this one as well. Oh my gosh, so spoiled. Thank you so much. And then in that, she sent me two glue stoppers, dangles, and this one has got the sweetest little koala on it. How cute is that for me being in Australia? So that's on my glue bottle. And then an extra one, which is an angel in blue. How gorgeous is that? And then to unclog, she's put some pins, some extra pins, stainless steel pins. And then she sent me a little folio as well, and this is with Carolyn's Digitals, because I recognize this. And then this pops out here, and it's just full of some autumn things. I know that's from Bountiful Harvest. And then it flips up and out. And then, yeah, it's what I'm grateful for. There's a whole bunch of those tags there, which is part of Gina's September challenge to send something like a gratitude folio for yourself and one to a friend. So I've already got that. That was so exciting. Thank you so much. Okay, so to move on, what we're actually going to make today. So with that folio from Kathy, I thought, why don't we try to make do it yourself? So DIY square folio. So this is based off a 5x5 inch folio, and so this was the first one that I made, and this one I did in white card. And so I'll just show you this. I just put some ribbon to keep it closed, and the digitals for this I used Botanical Medley, and so that's just got a little 3D butterfly with some glitter glue on the top, and so that's the digitals that I've used in there. And a lot of the ephemera here I've used the Beatitudes Ephemera kit. So I'll just open it up. It's got a top flat, bottom flat with ephemera in here. So these are some of the journal cards. And so to make this, and these are just cut out from the journal pages. And so I've snipped pieces out, and there's another journal card here. And then this bit here, it's got a side pocket with two of these, which I did enlarge a bit, I think, yeah, from the ephemera. And then we open this. This is Botanical Medley from one of the pages. And then here I've got the Beatitudes here. I did resize that. That was quite a large one. I've resized that for there. Side pockets, and then it's got more of the Beatitude tags that are in these sections here. And these are double pockets. That makes pages and colors beautiful. I will link a video with the Botanical. I made a Lapbook, and it had two kits in it, and the Botanical Medley was part of that, so I'll link that video. That's on Carolyn's YouTube channel. And yep, some more tags there. So that was the first one that I made. It was sort of like a little prototype, and then they go back in there, and then that closes like that. So it's quite a neat. Oh, and on the back, oh, so the other one, it had a window pocket. So what I did was I added onto the back here and just used a metal die cut to cut out that bit there, and then you can see the butterfly through that little window. There we go. So I'm really happy with the way that turned out. So that's the first one. And then this is the second one that I made using craft card. And we're going to do a make with me, and I'm going to show you how I made this one. So just a quick little look. This kit is the Bloom Where You Are Planted kit. And so it's got like a little glitter butterfly on the front. It's got the double pockets here with tags. It's got a butterfly here to hold down that, and top pocket, flip out, some more double pockets here, bottom pocket, and my window pocket this time is on here. So the beauty of this is you can add, you know, pockets, tucks, things, whatever you like, wherever you want on this. And then another pocket, I haven't put anything in that one yet. And then this is the side pocket with an envelope in there, and then a little belly band there. Okay, so let's get on to this bit so I can show you how we can make this and put it together, and you can use any of your own digitals, card, paper, etc. Okay, let's look at how we put the base together. So I would grab 3 pieces of cardstock. So on the first one that I made, it was white. The second one I'm using craft colored cardstock. Now, what you might want to do is, if you don't want to print extra printables, obviously it would be too dark to print on this one, but if you're using white cardstock, you could print a reverse pattern on it, but I would choose something, a digital, that is non-directional and probably not too dark. So you choose a pattern that's not directional, and then you can print on the back of them, because when we cut out the card, you obviously try to get out as much as you can out of your cardstock when we're cutting out the pieces. Okay, so I've already cut mine out, and I will put the measurements in the description box, but basically we're working on flaps that come off a 5 by 5 inch base. So this is number A. So what you want to do is cut 2 of these. So you need 2 pieces that are 5 by 5 inches, and put one of them, you can, if you want to craft along with me, put A on one of them. Okay, so you'll need 2 of those. I'll come back to what the other one is in just a minute. Then you'll need one that is 5 by 7 and 6/8. So one that is 5 inches by 7 and 6/8. Then you'll need 2 pieces that are 5 by 5 and 6/8. So that's 2 pieces at 5 and 5/6/8. Then you'll need a piece that is 5 times 4.5 inches. And then you'll need another piece, which is a window pocket. Now this is optional, the size, 4 and 7/8. That's 4 and 7/8 by 3 1/4 inches, but you could make that one a little bit shorter. Then we have some other pockets, but we're going to come back to that later. And I used out of the scraps pocket sizes out of cardstock, but let's come back to that. Let's get the base done first, and then we can look at the pockets. Okay, so let's have a look at those. So if you cut those out, I've got a 5 by 5, which is my A base. Then I have this is the 5 by 6/8. So if you go cut out all your pieces and then come back to me, just pause the video and then let's come back. So one of the pieces that is 5 by 5/6/8, I've just called that one as B. This is the front cover of the folio. Okay, so you might want to just put in pencil your B. So let's have a look at that piece. This piece here, we want to, oh, and I have not written on here what I scored at. Sorry, so this is 5 by 5 and 6/8. What you want to do is score at the 5-inch mark, and then each of our spine pieces and the bits that we glue on, they are 3/8 of an inch. So here I've scored at 5 inches, and then I've scored at 5 3/8 of an inch. Okay, and that's given us this mark here, and then obviously that's the end of it where we cut it off. So this is the spine, this is the bit we glued down. So that's the cover. Okay, that's number B. And this one is D, this one is number C. Okay, so this piece was the one that was the other 5 by 5 piece. Okay, and what I did was with this one, we have one side that is a bit smaller than the other. So what the 5 by 5 piece, I've scored at 2.5, and then at 2 7/8 of an inch, and that's given me 3/8 of an inch spine again. Okay, so we're working off a piece, our base piece, which is 5 by 5 inches, and then our flaps and everything is going to have 3/8 of an inch as your spine. That, you know, you'll see that when we fold that together. So once again, your 5 by 5, your other 5 by 5 piece, you want to score at 2.5 inches, and then again at 2 7/8 of an inch. Okay, that's number C. Then number D, this is the top flap. This is the piece that is 5 by 4.5 inches. Okay, and then we want to score here. Have I done it this way from the left? I've scored 3/8 of an inch and then 6/8 of an inch. Therefore, that's the bit you glue down, and that's your 3/8 of an inch as your spine on that piece. Okay, now this was 5. I did cut a little slither off this one just to make sure it fits within the folder, so you might want to have a look at that one. Okay, the next piece is E. So this is the piece that is 5 by 5/6 of an inch. This one called E, this is the right side flap. And what I've done, oh, I didn't write on this one, but once again from the left, we're scoring at 3/8 of an inch, and then at 6/8 of an inch. So we've got 3/8 here that we're gluing down, and 3/8 here that is our spine. Okay, that's E. The next piece is F. This is your piece that is 5 by 7 6/8 of an inch. So this is going to be glued on, this is called F, this piece, and this is going to be glued onto piece E. Okay, I did cut a little slither off this one as well to make sure that it fits into the folio. This one, the cover was just not quite long enough, and I think that's because this needed to come in slightly more. So I'm just trying to rectify that with this one. Okay, so hopefully you've cut all those pieces out and then you've scored them. So let's look at putting this together. Okay, so we need to get our A piece, which is our base, okay? And then we need to get our B piece, which should be our front cover. B. Okay, this is our front cover. This is the one that is 5 5/6, and it's been scored twice there from the left. Okay, so I can rub out this pencil mark later. What I want to do is glue here and glue this here, and this is the front cover. Okay. Right. If you put it that whichever way, I'm going to flip it over that way and just tuck that in. That might be a bit easier for me to see. And you want to glue up to the score line, not on the score line, just right next to it, and press that one down. Okay, so that's the first one. Sorry, I had to stop for a sec. I've got allergies. Okay, so now we need piece C. Now this is a bit of a different type of piece. I did cut a slight slither off the side. So C. Now this is the one where it's got the score sort of in the middle. It is our 5 by 5 piece, and we scored it at 2.5 and then 2 7/8. The one that is 2.5, this is the smaller side. I want this one on the back. So this is going to be a bottom pocket here, but it's also going to be a pocket at the back, and it's got a gusset spine bit here. So on the smaller side, we want to glue down 3 sides and glue this to the back. Oops, just a sec. I've got a blob of glue. Okay, so this is the smaller side. I'm going to glue 3 sides. Oops. So just above that crease line. Now, if you wanted to punch using a hole punch and you want to do a notch, you could do that now if you like on that back pocket. Make sure I've got it up the right way. Yes. So that's going to go here. Whoops. Sorry, I just got to make sure that's straight and centered just before that crease. Now this was 5 inches, but I did cut off just a little slither because I'm hoping that's going to fold in within just a little bit better than the last one. Okay, so that's number C. Now we want to go D. This one I cut off the I haven't rounded the corners, so this is an option. You might want to round your corners on these pockets, or you can keep them straight. I'll just show you. There's the top piece with the rounded and the bottom piece with the rounded corners, so you might want to round them. I've already rounded the top. Okay, and then this one we want to glue here and glue that on top. Okay, and we're putting everything on this because we're going to cover this little bit here, so this is going to go glued down here. Okay, and as I said, that was 5 inches across and 4.5 down, but I did cut off a slither because I just wanted to make sure that it fits well within that little base. So here we go. Into that, I'm just going to flip it over to make sure that I haven't got it on the crease. We want it just below that crease, and when they come together, hopefully they're even. Okay, you just want to, before you press everything down, just make sure that that's all folding properly. Okay, so we've got A, B, C, D. Now we want number E. So that's this one. And once again, we want to glue it into this centerpiece. So we're going to glue down here and we're going to put this on here. Okay, so let me just go do that. What I might do is I might just slightly miter these pieces. You can do that on all of them if you like, just to reduce the bulk and make sure it just sits in nicely on this base square here. Okay, let's put that there. As I said, I find it a little bit easier just to quickly flip it over. Whoops. Sorry. Make sure I haven't got it on the crease, but just before it. Okay. That one's sticking out a bit. Hang on. Sorry, I'm just, and this is where you want to double check that if your spine is here, that piece fits in here and doesn't keep pressing, and that cover will come to the edge there. Okay. Oh, I'm a little bit over. If you can see here, I'm a little bit too, I didn't quite go up to the crease enough. I don't know if it's too late to save it. Hang on. It won't be perfect. Let's keep moving. It's too late for me to glue it down, so we'll see how we turn out, but try and get as close as you can to that crease. I maybe wasn't close enough, so my spine's going to stick out a little bit. Okay, but that's okay. Right, now, so that was E. Now we've got F. Now F is going to form a pocket. So if you want to cut out a notch, you could cut out a notch now and put your digital on. Now I just want to show you what I did with this one. I did cut out a notch with my digital on it beforehand, because I made the digitals as a matting and just made them slightly smaller. As you can see, everything is slightly smaller than the base page. So I made it slightly smaller here as well, and then punched a hole on it before I glued it down. So if you want to do that, I don't actually love that. I'm not loving it, so I probably wouldn't do that again. The other pockets that I did, see this one, it has got a small bit of matting here, but I actually made it go straight to the edge and then punched a hole. So this one, I'm not going to be punching any holes in the pockets, but if you do want to have a notch cut out, I would do that now and put your digital on top. Okay, whatever you're choosing to put on the top there. I'm going to leave it. So what we do is we want to just make sure that this is folding back this way, and we want to glue 1, 2, 3 sides to form a pocket going that way on this piece here. Okay, and then our base will be done. Okay, and just down there. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I'm so sorry. Before you do that, put on, I'm going to take that off quickly. You need to put your base digital. Now, if you've printed on the back of these, you don't need to worry about, because you've already, say if you printed on white card and you've got your backing, you've already got that on here. Sorry, I need to put my base. So let me go cut a piece of all my, I haven't cut them yet, so I'm going to choose a neutral pattern, and I'm just going to put them as a matting on all of these pieces. So let me go do that, and then I'll come back to you and we'll glue this pocket on. So I've got my digitals for my base, and you could use a glue stick actually for this, or you can use your art glitter glue. So what I've done is I've cut 3 squares that are 4 7/8 of an inch. So you just want them slightly smaller than your 5 by 5. So I've done 5 7/8. So it's just giving me a little bit of a border. There's 3 that go along here. You can always choose something that is a little bit brighter as your background here. I'm just going to use them as all neutrals. So just going to glue these 3 down. So I'll just speed through. So these 3, and then I've just made, I haven't got a measurement for those, I just held a piece of offcuts up to there and then just sort of cut them slightly smaller as well and rounded the edges. Okay. Okay, so now I'm just going to glue the top and the bottom flaps. So these digitals as a base, and then we'll put pockets on over the top, but this is just to have something underneath. Okay, so now that we've done that, what you want, we can put this piece on now. Sorry about that with my instructions, but what we can do is you can put your digital on before you glue this pocket down, so on here, but I'm okay, I can measure that up afterwards. So I'm actually just going to glue this pocket straight down, and as I mentioned, if you want to do a notch, now would be a time to put a notch in that. So let's try this again. Okay, so we've got that. Now these are the base pages here, but what I want to decorate is I want to choose something that's a contrasting digital. Obviously for pockets we'll do at the end, but this one here, this here, this one here, this here, on the top and the bottom of the flaps, and then obviously our front cover. So I'm just going to go choose a few pieces and then come back to you. You can use, the beauty of this is you can use any kit that you like or any papers that you have. Like if you've got a whole stack of extra prints and things like that, which I'm trying to get rid of, you can also use scrapbooking paper if you want to do that. So let me go choose something and come back to you. So at the beginning of the video, you would have seen that I've used the Bloom Where You're Planted kit for this second folio. So that's the papers that I've chosen. So this one's going to go on the cover here. So I'm just going to quickly ink these and just show you, yeah, what I'm doing. So this one here's on the front, and then I've got these for the flap. And then these ones are going to go here. So I've just printed some of the paper. I have reduced and resized a few things, just to let you know. But if you're not confident doing that on your computer, you can always just grab scrapbooking paper or any other printable. Actually, I think this was actually pretty close to just one side of the journal page actually. So I think this one you don't need to cut down. All right, so that's just going on the front. Okay, and then these ones are on the flap, and just rounded the corners, and I've inked everything. So I've just used Vintage Photo for this one, and antique linen, is that what it's called? Antique linen is the one that I used for this one, just to slightly go around the edges of that. We could use a pink, so the velvet, Victorian velvet, that's a pink. You might want to use that. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I decided not to use the glue stick. I just get worried about things lifting up, and you just know it's not going anywhere if you use the art glitter glue. But you use what your preference is. This is pretty plain, this bottom piece, so you know, you can always, we can decorate it with some lace or some butterflies, things like that. That one, and then this one I've just split this digital page in two, and so that one's going to go there like that. And everything has got that craft border on it, but if you don't like that look, you can just go straight to the edge on your digitals. And on the other one and this one, I'm not going to bother to put a digital in between where the spines are. I actually think it looks okay without, but definitely if you want to, you've got that option. Because I do have a couple of strips that I could cut those down a bit more and then go in between, but up to you. Okay, so this one, and I haven't quite decided with pockets. So on the original there were like pockets with like dome shape, and if you've got something that you want to cut down, you know, you've got a template of a bowl or something else so that you can get a rounded shape to your pockets, that could look really lovely. But I'm just trying to show you very simple rectangle to make it easier for you. I'll come back to this one here, and then on the back I've got this one, so that was on the other side of the front cover, the other side of that journal page. So you might just want to look at your own print settings if you reduce it by, I don't know, I don't have that option, mine's manual. My print is a little bit different. Oops, that's getting a bit clogged up. Because I have A5, I have A4, and you in the US have letter size, so yours might just be a little bit different. Just unclog that. So we could get this one down, and you've got options of wherever you want to put pockets, or if you want to, you could do a belly band. You know, this is where you can make it your own and do whatever you want to do on it. So on the original it had a pocket on the back, so I could always add a pocket there. Depends how many pockets and tags and things you want to put in. Now, I haven't thought about any of the other pockets yet, except for this one on this page. I know it's facing the other way, but I don't think you're going to be able to tell because it's neutral, and I didn't want to print off the sheet again, so I've just used an offcut, so that's why it's there, but this pocket is going to cover it. So what I've got is this piece of card is 4 7/8 by 3.5, so this is one of the larger pockets, and this is the one that's got a window feature in it. So on this one here, when you pull out the journal card, I've just used a die cut for that one there. Okay. So what I've done is I've printed 2 pieces from one of the pages exactly the same. However, I've cut one with a shorter border because this one has to slip inside this one. So this one is going to be the journal card. This one is the one that's going to sit on the pocket here like this. So that's why I've actually cut it down this way, but it's actually wider. But this image is exactly the same. So what my plan is to go around and cut this out, and this is going to be the window. So what I need to do is, I don't think you'll see it, but I'm just going to erase that now. And I've already inked this piece. So just glue this one on. Go. Now I don't have a die cut obviously that's the same shape as this, so I'm going to use my cutting knife to hopefully cut this out well. Cut out this image here, but it's got to go through the cardstock as well, so I'll just speed this up as I'm concentrating. My hubby came in, so I had to stop the video, and so I have to do this really quickly because we've got to grab dinner and then go to Connect Group Bible Study. So what I did was I realized that when I put this in, you're going to see, because this was an offcut here, so I've just added another offcut there that still is under the pocket, so you can't see the join there, but at least I've got my backing here for the window. So I've put this on to, I've just put the acetate on the back, transparency film, and then I've just put this on some card inked around the edges, and then just for it to slide in a bit better round the corners. So I just need to glue this bit on. Now, because this image was very low to the bottom, I have to put the tiniest bit of glue here so that this will sit above the glue. So that hopefully makes sense. So let me just put this down. I'm just actually going to let that dry before I do anything. I put that in because I think it's going to lift up. Now, the only thing I've got time to do before I have to go is just to mention now that these pieces are all on. This is the back section, and this here, before I put any pockets on here, is the front. So if you're going to put a tie closure on it, now is the time to do it. So I'm just going to run some glue here. And then this will sit under, I'll do a double stacked pocket here, so that will cover that. That will cover that, and it's good if I leave it to dry. And then here, this one needs to go here, so this way, And so before I put a digital on the back, a digital or a pocket, I just need to put some glue here as well. Just like that. Better get going for our evening, so then I'll sort out some pockets and show you that, and then we can fill it up with some tags, etc. Okay, there we go. All right, God bless. I've come back to do the pockets with you. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to sort of rush through this because my allergies are playing back up again, but the last thing I think I left you with was doing the ribbon closure here. So if you don't end up doing that, not all else is lost. You can just tie it closed with some ribbon like I did with the other one, or you could always put a Velcro dot here, and that would sort of keep that one closed. Okay, so let's have a look at the pockets here. The only thing I have done is I printed this, and pretty much everything I've resized to make things so that it would fit this, instead of a big journal page, that it would fit this 5x5 folio. So this is just a little pocket here with a notch cut out, so that one's there. And then I've decided to do like a little thin belly band here. Now if I had thought about it, I probably could have moved the belly band over to this side and then had that slip over the top of the belly band and hold that down there, but you know, that's okay. So the beauty of this is you can create your own pockets, your own belly bands, however you want to do it. I'm just going to give you sort of a rough idea of what you can do. So I've got two pockets, and so they have been put on the scrap pieces of craft that I had left over, and so these are 2.5 that way and 4 7/8 that way. So there's two of those, and I've matted, they're slightly different, those two floral pieces. So they're the pockets that are going to go there. And then I have got 4 pockets that, and you can do more than this, but these are 4 7/8 again, but they're only 2 inches high. And then I've just cut down digitals just to match them. So these are going to go in under here to create double pockets, and then I've just got 2 extra that I'm going to put one here, one here. Now you most definitely can, you know, do double pockets up the top flat if you prefer. I'm just going to leave it as the one, I think, at the moment. All right, so what we want to do is measure up. Your biggest pocket here is going to sit down here, and then this pocket you want to sit in underneath. So, you know, you can do it around about there, and so that you could put a big tag behind, I'm only going to glue, I'm just going to put a little pencil mark to know where I need to put that, and I'm just going to glue the 2 sides. So this one goes down first, and it's this pocket that hides that ribbon closure. Okay, so there's that one, and then this one we can do all 3 sides. Okay, and just place that one over the top, and that there like that. Oops, move that over a little bit. Oh gosh, when it wants to go down, it wants to go down. Hang on. Okay, so there's that one there, and then we'll do the same here. So sorry, sniffing. Just want that to be sort of the same height as that one. So once again, pencil mark there, and just glue the 2 sides. Oops. There we go. I can't really see if they're the right height, but hopefully they're pretty close. And then this one we'll do 3 sides. There we go. And then, you know, whichever way you'd like to have it going, I'm going to put this one here. Just make sure it's above that fold line. And so this one I'm going to glue 1, 2, 3. The other one I did round the corners on these, but these ones I've kept them straight. And I forgot to mention, I did go back and I did cut little strips from my scraps, and I did do some matting on the spines that are there. Okay, so let's fill up with ephemera. So I've already placed, this was part of a Bloom Where You're Planted kit, and just printed a neutral on the back, and so that little belly band there. Then there is this envelope which I've already glued down, and I've just cut a notch out of there. I haven't decided what I'm going to put in there yet, so that can go in there. And I've also got this pocket here. This one has already got the bloom bit in it there. This one I've chosen not to do a pocket. And on the back, I don't know if I showed you this, but I put this on the back and recut this image with the little envelope, and there's like a little ticket here that says, admit that you're a sinner, believe in your heart that Jesus Christ died for your sins, was buried, and that God raised Jesus from the dead, call upon the name of the Lord. So that little ticket I thought could probably go in there, and I just recut that butterfly, and so that's just sitting over the top of the little butterfly that was sitting there. If I don't glue all the way down there, that sort of can tuck in under that little butterfly on the back there. So that's just a little tuck spot. So let's have a look at the other ephemera. So I have resized these tags, and so there's these little clusters that are already printed with the words on them, wait upon the Lord. So I've just stuck that there, and then I've swapped the tags and mixed them around, and then just created that as a little tuck spot for another one there. And then there's a whole bunch of scripture little labels here, and so wait upon the Lord, I've just tried to match up what's written here as to some scripture that can be written on the back of either of these tags. And then instead of punching a hole and doing ribbon in them, I've just done like little pearl drops on those. So there we go. These are the tags. So they look quite cute, don't they? And so these will be great in any journal. You can mix and match and add them to other journals. There we go. All right. So these are the bigger tags. So I know I can put them in here. I've just resized them so they just fit. There we go. So we'll put 2 there. Oh, maybe I should have set that glue. Just fits there. Whoops. Maybe this one. I'll just pull that pearl up a bit. There we go. And then 2 more in the back here. Oops. That one and that one. I might have to cut the bottom off a little bit just because I don't want it to interfere with that fold. This one might just need a bit more. All right, so I'll come back and do that. Just make sure everything folds okay. All right, and then there's other bits of ephemera that I did resize as well. So we have these little bits that is 2 Corinthians 12:9, and he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities, than the power of Christ may rest upon me, which is absolutely beautiful. And then there are 2 little ones here. Jesus paid it all. This one didn't have anything. There's lots of little labels in this kit, so I've just had I am his and put that on there. And then this journal card, but godliness with contentment is great gain, for we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. 1 Timothy 6:6-7. And then there's this one as well, bloom where you are planted. Those who seek the Lord lack no good thing, which is lovely. So maybe that one can fit in there, that pocket there. And then maybe, will that fit there, or maybe here? Maybe that way. Maybe that one can go there, and these can go in here. And then, you know, if you can put them any way around that you like. And the only probably thing that I need to fill is maybe something is to put in that pocket there. Let me, oh, I haven't got my cutter with me, so I'll go do that, and so to make sure that one fits in there. But let's just do a really quick flip through. So just remember that this one goes on the top. Oh, and I stuck a butterfly here, so this top flap can just tuck in underneath there. So let's close that one up. Now, I did notice, because here, remember when I was putting this together, I didn't go quite close enough to the fold there, and so that's why it's sticking out a little bit, unfortunately. So mine doesn't line up too perfectly, so just keep an eye on that. Alternatively, what you might want to do is this top piece, which was number B, I labeled that one B, maybe instead of just 5 inches there, and then your spine, your 3/8 of an inch and your 3/8 that glue on, maybe just make this a smidgen wider that way, and it will just cover if you have a bit of a hiccup like mine, which sticks out a little bit, so that's a bit of a blob. But it looks lovely. It's still going to be okay. I'll probably add some glitter glue onto the front of this and maybe dot it throughout as well. And it does look okay with the recycled card, but I wish I'd put it with white. I actually think this would look really fresh and really pretty on white cardstock. Okay, so it's tie closure, open it up. You've got pockets and tags there. Then you lift up this top flap, some bits there, a bit here. Then that's just a printable there. Open up, more tags here. This section, it's got a pull out with the window. Whoops. And then a pocket with a little belly band there, an envelope in there, and then we've got another pocket in there. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed that, and you guys might think about giving that a go. I would love to see, if you're on the Facebook group, anything that you create with something like this, because this would look fabulous. I would love to see if you guys choose different digitals and how you might make one of these, and I think they're perfect for Happy Mail. They're so cute, or you know, just a little gift if you can fill them with encouraging notes and scripture and lots of fun stuff. Okay, so there you go. Let me pull out the other one. This is the one with the, if you don't do a closure, you can just tie it with some ribbon and pop that one on top. Well, I think I've done the same thing again. It's okay, but maybe make that top cover just a fraction wider. That might be a good idea. Okay, God bless you all. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.